And hello guys, I am back with Teaching is Hard Why, Part 4. So I think teaching is hard because of student engagement. And what I mean by that is, for decades, ever since I was in school, I remember people saying, oh, it's so hard to keep your attention, teenagers, they're not interested. And that is something that teachers and education professionals have been saying for decades. But I think now that we are in a technology world, we are completely different than we were 10 years ago. Just think, 10 years ago, we didn't even have the iPhone. And imagining all the things that have happened since the discovery of the iPhone to now is almost mind-boggling. You have students that are stuck to this device that they use to get all their information, that they use for entertainment, that they use for communication, all on this little, probably 6-inch device. So engaging students in the classroom is definitely making teaching hard. And I think that compared to 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, the difficulty has definitely escalated, elevated, and it is definitely different than what educators have been saying in the past. The neurons in their brains are super fast because that's what they're used to. They're used to changing topics and changing subjects very quickly. For example, if they're playing a game, it goes from scene to scene to scene very rapidly. And you have to compete with that in the classroom. So that is making teaching very hard, because if you do not find ways to engage students effectively, if you do not find ways to engage students often, and if you do not find ways to engage students that is really beneficial to them and corresponds and correlates to the curriculum, then you are going to have very long days, and it's going to be like an uphill mountain. So to all my teachers, I want to know if you think engaging students is what is an aspect of teaching that is hard. And I'm not just talking about, make sure that they are working in groups and make sure that you have 10 minutes of lecture, and then you have to turn around and make sure that they are doing something kinesthetically. I'm talking about engaging them in a world where they are adjusted and used to instant gratification. They're used to changing on a dime, where they are, okay, if I don't like this, I'm gonna press a button and I'm gonna go to something else. How do we compete with what they do in school? Because let's face it, even if you're at a school that has a no cell phone policy, these kids are getting on their phones sometime during the day, most likely, and you're competing with what they do when they get at home. I don't know about you, but when I ask my kids, what are you doing when you get home tonight? I'm going to play 2K. And okay, anything else? No, I'm going to invite my friend over and we're going to have like a 2K party. And then when they come in, they're sleepy because they had 3 hours of sleep. And then you ask, what time did you go to bed? I went to bed at 3. What were you doing? I was playing a video game. So how do you compete and engage these students so that they're learning, they're having fun, all meaningful? So that's why I think teaching is hard. You let me know what you think, and then I'll be back again with my last part of my series tomorrow.